Hello viewers, welcome back to video series on manufacturing and continuing from where we left in last video, we will be taking up with automotive industry evolution. Don't forget to check previous videos of the series and subscribe for regular updates on upcoming videos. We ended our last video with drawbacks of initial era of automotive industry, that is craftsmanship, and also introduced you to Henry Ford, the legend who decided to change this industry's functionality and was about to brought automobiles in hands of common masses. So the next evolution was mass manufacturing, and Ford Motor Company was where this concept blossomed. The first and foremost change point was interchangeability of parts to achieve simplicity of attachment. This was done at design level of components, and interchangeability means identical parts which can replace each other for assembly without any alter effect. Identical parts like nut and bolt, gears and others. For today's engineer, this may look next to regular, but more than 100 years ago, this was the discovery that led to the industry for its first and biggest evolution and made it look what it is today. Another major step Ford took was replacing flexible machine and tools from craftsmanship era to expensive high-performance single-purpose machine and tools. He also changed the skill dependency scenario. Ford now hired narrow, semi, and unskilled worker as per the job requirement against super high skilled workers. These initiatives gave him advantage with ability to produce at higher rates and lower cost. With these three actions combined, Ford created his assembly line to manufacture cars instead of traditional workshops. To show you the glimpse of what we just spoke, Ford hired different skilled people for different available jobs and made them do fixed job continuously to gain maximum output. Flexible machines and tools of workshops got replaced with large assembly shops having expensive and fast producing single purpose machines. Interchangeable parts made operation for any assembler easier and faster. There were connected lines of component assemblies which would produce required assembly to be used for vehicles. Chases will come in assembly shop and one by one assembly team would go to vehicle, do their bit and move to next vehicle. Within no time, a chasis will turn into a complete vehicle. With this evolution, cycle time of Ford Model T assembly reduced from 514 minutes to mere 2.3 minutes. With these ideas, Ford was able to produce approx 250 times faster than any competitor. However, Ford didn't stop there and carried on with next level development, which exists till date in all automobile production houses, that is, moving assembly line. Ford saw in assembly line that assembler performed their task on one vehicle and then moves to next vehicle and further goes on. Two major troubles identified here. First, a lot of walking causing time wastage. Second, faster worker overtakes slower ones causing disruption. This situation gave rise to moving assembly line from solution mindset of Henry Ford. Here in moving assembly line, assembler needs to stay at their station and vehicle will move and come to them for task. To show you how moving assembly line looks like, let's take you back to Ford factory where they were invented. You can see the rails beneath vehicles on which they move and go from one station to next for assembly. Components were fed directly at a station where they were needed using overhead conveyors. It further went faster and easier to manufacture automobiles, and with this invention, cycle time got reduced further to 1.19 minutes. Another 50% reduction. Certain features of mass manufacturing, if summarized, are that it allows standard design to stay for longer times. Organization becomes centralized and big. Biggest turnaround was that in low cost, high volumes are being produced. Quality reached an acceptance quality level. There was an exponential job growth during this period. With huge manpower, individual reward for competitiveness came into concept. Further, I want to share another contribution of USA to mass manufacturing. This time it came from Sloan of General Motors. Ford back then was struggling with two challenges: model diversity to give some flavor to customer and standardization of components to keep manufacturers' money intact. Alfred Sloan from General Motors came with solution of these challenges. He introduced standardized parts and hang-on features to automobiles, which we are using till date. Standardized parts are those mechanical parts which remain common across entire product range, like pumps and generators. A dedicated production setup for these items help with cost-efficient manufacturing. Further, hang-on features are those additional optional features that can be provided in same skeleton only if customer asks for it. Features like air conditioning, automatic transmission, radio, and more. This allowed manufacturers with releasing endless versions and series of same vehicles to keep customers interested. These two power features lead to cost cutting for manufacturers and variety for customer. Peak of mass manufacturing came by late 1940s or early 1950s when USA automobile manufacturers became global leaders. Back then, three USA giants, Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, were producing 80% of annual cars with just 6 models. But in same time zone, nationalism aroused globally due to world wars. Also, mass manufacturing got adopted globally by then. And this cutting edge advantage faded away and industry came to its peak ready for next evolution. And it came. How and where will be shared in next video. So stay connected and subscribe to get update of next video. Like and share the video if you are interested in this story. See you again in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.